What is ISO accreditation? That's what we're talking about today on the eCentral Business Show. I'm John Nayler, and I'm joined by Jeremy Fisher from Southpac Certifications, yeah?
Yep, that's right. Southpac Certifications on the Gold Coast, and we work out of Brisbane here as well.
Okay, very good. Now, let's answer that question. ISO certification or accreditation, what on earth is it? What does ISO even stand for?
Yeah, International Standards in Organization.
Okay.
And it's basically a stamp that your company is robust, safe to do business with.
Okay, great. And so that's an international body or organisation that looks after these sorts of things, yeah?
Yeah, it's around the world, and in Australia we use what's called JASANZ, J-A-S-A-N-Z.
Okay.
You can look that up if you want to.
Right, okay. It's a lot of acronyms, and we're only a minute into the show already.
Yeah, so...
Now, not only is there's a lot of acronyms, but there's a lot of numbers. So what's 9001? Hit me with
stands
that.
for a quality management system, or quality. It just means that your system has been looked at by auditors. We have auditors, and so they've looked at it, and it's safe, robust, sound, and it can deal with problems that might come up when you're having, when you're being checked out in your company.
Okay, so a quality management system, yeah. So the overarching, or is it the accounting systems? Is it safety? Is it the procedures? Everything gets documented. That's my impression of it.
Yeah, it's procedures. It's built in a way that allows your business to go off of it, but that you have business excellence, and it checks everything and also tries to determine whether there is inherent weaknesses or problems as a business owner. So that's what it's trying to accomplish. Yes.
Okay. So under 9001, you end up with a system that's going to run your business in a correct and sort of managed and documented way.
Yeah, and look, a lot of businesses are run very well. That's why they're growing businesses. But for them to reach another level, that's what ISO accreditation does.
Okay. What other numbers you got in there?
Now, there's a 14001, which is environment, and there's a 4801, which is safety. They're the three main ones that most businesses would go for if they want accreditation.
Okay, so talk to me about the safety one. Did you say there's 4801 or 48?
It's 4801.
Okay. And
yeah,
so isn't that going to be folded into the 9001? I mean, sorry I'm asking all the dumb questions here, but
a lot of people want to know. So with safety, there are some things that overlap in principle and the guidelines, because there's basically a guideline, a booklet of guidelines. Some of those overlap together. The principles are the same, but obviously for safety it goes down the safety path, more to looking at those practices and safety practices and documenting those. And the same with environment. It's specifically designed to deal with environmental concerns and issues for a company. Okay,
so the environmental one, I sort of have a sneaking suspicion that's a bit more recent than 9001.
Yeah,
what's been the evolution of these?
Yeah, it started actually back in the 1930s.
Oh,
so
you're kidding.
yeah, or you could even say hundreds and thousands of years ago. Anytime you wanted to control or build a business and have it quality managed and make sure it functioned to its purpose. But in modern times, you could say it was revived in the 1930s, and it made a progression years and years through the decades later. They came up with what we call 9001. Now, there was 9001 2008, so it averages about every 7 years that they make major changes to the system. Now most people are using 9001 2015, that version.
Oh, okay, because I was going to ask around that. So 9001 suggests to me that like it's a first edition of the system as such to document your systems, but that hasn't changed, or you're saying it has?
Yeah, there's versions that are updated versions to it. So 9001, and then you've got, say, 2008. There's ones before that as well. Yeah. 2008, and now 2015, and then every company that is currently on the 2008 standards, so 9001, 2008. I hope I'm not losing you.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers here.
Yeah, so most of them are transitioning to a 2015 standard. They must do that. This is also part of compliance.
Okay, so naturally around any system where you're complying ISO-wise, there's always going to be an audit, from guys like you, certification, and a need to stay in touch and update,
Yeah, and basically you get audited the first time you get in, so that would be the initial audit, and then once a year you get re-audited. And it's basically called a surveillance to see how you're doing with everything. Are you getting out of line, or you need to come back in? And that auditor will identify weaknesses. Is there a weakness as a business owner that you want to know about? And you normally want to know about that.
Yeah, sure. Well, even let's talk about the situation here at eCentral. So we've got a range of procedures written up, but they're not in any sort of, they're a bit, it's a big document with some, some headlines, and this is what you do to do this. If you want to make a video, here's a checklist. but they're all sort of, I take it that ISO 9001 and the quality management system is going to see all those things brought together in a nice, neat, documented, consistent manner. Is that?
That's the idea behind it, simply put.
Okay.
So you probably, as a business, you already have procedures. That's how you operate your business.
Yeah, definitely.
But how do those actually, how far apart are they from the actual international standards that are recognized, ISO?
Okay. So it's an off-the-cuff question, but say as an organisation as mine, which is like 2 or 3 staff, you know, and a few part-timers and a bit of contractor labour, what sort of amount of time do you think is going to be invested into getting from a questionable document of procedures through to something that's actually compliant?
It's really a question, John. It's very hard to define that.
No, I want a definite answer now, on the spot.
If it's a small business, we've got businesses we've certified with one person because of the kind of contracts they go for, defense, tenders, other things they need, ISO accreditation. It can be quite easy.
Oh, okay.
But the larger the company, the more complex it is to see what their procedures are and do those work in line with ISO accreditation, and how do they measure up?
I guess it depends on the nature of the business as well. I mean, if there's, you know, if they make widget A and it's a fairly simple assembly type thing, it could be, even though they're a large company, their ISO is actually, well, their accreditation is quite a simple thing, possibly.
It could be, it could be. So the larger the company gets, it can take quite a lot more time because there's a lot to go through to make sure it lines up. But they probably have business excellence and quality somewhere anywhere. That's how they've grown so well. But how does it connect with actual accreditation 9001?
Yeah, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like something that's where they just make the one thing and that's what they've always been renowned for. Yeah, their life's pretty simple. It's probably a pretty good way to run business as well. It's
designed to be a tool that helps you, even people that get into it for the first time, a company, sometimes they see benefits as they go through it and as they enter it and as they see it year on year.
Yeah.
Those that make decisions say, wow, we've identified real weaknesses through our audits that we just may never have discovered ourselves.
Yeah. Or we've had a fellow that's in the business of developed a software system called Projects that's about quality management, and it's been a real insight in terms of the way that software helps people actually, you know, identify problems, hold someone accountable to actually look at that problem, and then report back to them. So you go, oh, actually that kind of sounds like a good way to run a business, yeah?
It's the idea behind it, yeah. But normally people, they want that, but normally they hear about accreditation because of some external factor. Do I need to get this? Why? Why would it be good for me? I want to grow as a business. Some businesses we work with, they may have 10 staff, and they know that they are poised to grow to 20 or 30. They have real growth in their immediate future, so they say, I need the accreditation to be able to contain all that and to grow and get tenders.
Okay, good. Well, look, can you stick around a little bit longer? I'd like to ask you about why people do make that decision. Yeah, you got a little bit, a couple
Thanks,
of minutes
John.
for us?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, fantastic. Now, how do people get hold of you, Jeremy?
You can look on my LinkedIn profile, my phone number. Would you like me to give you that, or my website?
Oh yeah, throw out something.
Yeah, okay, 0476-547-010. Be happy to explain what you can do, whether you're at the beginning, you don't know what the actual acronyms are, or you'd like to learn more about that.
Fantastic. Okay, Jeremy Fisher from Southpac Certifications. That's another episode done at the eCentral Business Show. I'm John Nayler. Thank you very much for watching another episode of the eCentral Business Show. What we're doing on the eCentral Business Show is we're bringing you business leaders and the best of the knowledge. We want to bring them on the show and release that content so that that's something that we can share with you by this easy to consume format. So you can follow us across LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google+, or just regularly visit the eCentral.com.au/show website, pick out the best things for you and educate yourself on that premise. Now there's video content there for you, so you can just watch the video and inform yourself in your own time. We've also now podcasting that content as well, so it's really simple to consume. You can listen to it on the way to work in the car or during your daily exercise regime. Beyond that, we're also looking to connect with business experts. So if you consider yourself to be an expert in your field, please make contact so we can schedule you in and have you come on the show. So you can release your content and increase your brand across our format. Beyond that, we also invite people to send us their email address so we can send you our monthly magazine. And that's just the best of the content, the best of the videos for the month, put out once again in an email, arrives in your inbox, so you can just go through and pick out the things that are really going to educate you and advance you in your field of expertise and in business. We're a business-focused show. So thank you very much once again for watching, and we'll see you next time.